Good morning, St. Lucia. Pleasant good morning to you. I'm really happy because today we are at the Adelaide's home and I'm here with Miss Cox. She also works here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. And you?
Oh, I'm feeling fantastic and it's really nice to be here. And you know what? It's Christmas time, St. Lucia. And we're going to get to understand even more why it's really good to give back and not just think of ourselves at Christmas time. So, first of all, Miss Cox, can you let us know exactly more about the Adelaide's home?
Yes. The Adelaide's home first opened its doors to the public in 1985. Again, it was by Mr. Justin himself, who managed the home, and the location at that time was at Sanssouci. And after a while, of course, people didn't hesitate to come into the home. So after a while, he decided to purchase this property here, and he moved his people, the residents, right here, and others. He had some good friends who stood by him, supported him, and he was able to establish this one.
Now, with the home as well, can you tell us a little bit more about the services that you all provide here too?
Yes. Well, we deal with the elderly, and when we say elderly, some people from look down at 60-year-old, or because the person is not that healthy, they call and they say there's an elderly person or an elderly parent they would like to come to the home. But we have our criteria for our homes for accepting the elderly. So we are looking at 70 years and over. Okay? Um, we encouraged, we would encourage loved ones of those potential residents to prepare them for coming to a home. We do not want anybody to force their loved ones get up today and by next week say, I am taking you to a home. We would like people to introduce those loved ones to tell them, well, yes, I am unable to continue to keep you at home because it's not safe, or you need extra care, or you need 24/7 protection. And so we will take you to a home that we have found out more than enough about, and we think it would be the best home for you. We
St. Lucia, now you know we can dispel that stigma. And of course, right now it is Christmas time and it is about giving back and not just thinking of ourselves and what we want. So, you know, we have homes like the Adelaide home that do need assistance as well so they can continue to give all the care and love, to their residents. So, would be some of the things that, you all would readily accept, from persons who just want to help out and give back?
I'll be honest with you, we would accept anything that comes from the heart. Um, Groceries are never too much because our people are given 3 meals a day, 3 main meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we offer them an afternoon snack, whether it's crackers and tea or some juice and some other snacks. So those groceries are never too much. But we also welcome individuals and groups to visit our home, especially at this time of year, where those groups can sing or play games or try to some spiritual readings. And there are people out there I know who are well trained with physical education, and our elderly would really benefit from trained individuals out there, physiotherapy or anything of that nature, to assist them in using their limbs and even the brain to begin to think in a more positive way. I think if we have people who volunteer to give this training in physical education and movement of the limbs, I think our home would benefit from that. Yeah.
So, St. Lucia, there you have it. So, there's so many ways to give back, whether you want to come over and bring in groceries, and if not, just give your services. there's so many ways to give back. So remember this at Christmas time because this is the most important thing. Let's make it more meaningful. And again, we have homes like the Adelaide's home that always need assistance. So keep that in mind for the Christmas season. Hey St. Lucia, what's up? So today is an awesome day. Sun is out, and guess what? I'm here with my dude. This is Naz, and of course, he's a local skateboarder right here in St. Lucia. And so I guess you can guess what we're talking about today. It's all about skateboarding and the movement here in St. Lucia. So Naz, how are you today?
Good, doing fantastic. Hey, chilling with the rest of the guys, getting a session in.
Great. Now, something really big happened. I think that's a big movement right here in St. Lucia. Recently, we had the Crazy Race take place. So tell us a little bit about that.
The race was amazing. I definitely think a lot of people were surprised by what they saw. That's the first time St. Lucia has got a chance to witness downhill skateboarding, well, at that level anyway. I definitely think it's going to make a huge difference, a huge change in the skate scene down here. Huge thanks to Taj Weeks for being the facilitator of that event. I definitely think all of us are excited to learn more and just keep the vibe going.
So you're one of our skateboarders. How do you feel about the movement growing here in St. Lucia?
I'm very, very excited. Excited to see where it's going in the future. Really happy because for a while now, for a long while, it's just been kind of sparking. Right. And now it seems the spark has finally caught some gas. So, the movement is really starting to catch a fire now.
All right, St. Lucia. So now I'm here with another one of our local skaters. I have Kwame here. You're also in the Crazy Race?
Yeah, I was in the race, and it was very interesting because I've never tried it before. But the guys pushed me to my limits, and that's where I thanked them for that. And I had Naz with me, who was by my side, and we skated down that hill, and we tried our best, and it was awesome.
Now, how long have you been skating for?
I can't remember, but I've been skating for a few years, like around 4 years, 5 years, because I didn't have a board. I used to have friends of mine that used to skate. I used to borrow the boards, and I used to learn by myself. And then I officially bought a board. I fell on it. I sold it. I got another one. It broke. I got another one for the competition, and it wasn't fit for the competition. So the guy sponsored me a new board, and I have actually 2 boards now. And I will continue my career in skating and go along with my hobby.
Great. So let me ask you, what made you want to get into skating then?
I don't know, the thrill of it, the adrenaline rush I get from the speed, and just the craziness. It pulls the attention more into it. So I guess that's the way it is, the love for it, the crazy love for it. So yeah, it's dangerous, but what you love, and if you're good at it, you'll be protected, especially when you have God on your side. So you'll be protected.
Good stuff. Well, I really love that. And you know what? He said crazy love. And I have some other people here, some special guests who have some mad crazy love for skateboarding here. So we have JM. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing super. Listen, I'm really excited. Maybe I might try skateboarding if I can get past the fear, but we'll see, And we have another very special skater, one of the oldest skaters out here, part of the Crazy Race, definitely not one to be messed with. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing very well, thank you.
Great. And just let St. Lucia know your name and who you are.
Oh, my name's Wes Sampson.
All right, perfect. So you guys were down here for the Crazy Race, which is amazing because, of course, to get local, skateboarders together with, people from overseas is something amazing for this movement right here on our little island. So how did it feel to be part of that?
It felt great to find the geography that's here that totally suits our styles that we all love. And just a community that hasn't had anything like this yet. It's really eye-opening, a fresh experience for us because we're used to it, and also it reinvigorates our passion for it through other people. Just watching kids get excited made me excited again, made me feel like a kid. So it was fun.
Good stuff. Now, how about you? So how long have you been skating for?
I'm coming into my 13th year of skating. I started skating late in life when I was 40 years old. And I took a liking to it. And a lot like what JM just said, there's a passion for it. And yes, yesterday at that race, one of the greatest joys I've experienced was to look at at Naz's face and the other young fellow and see the smiles and the happiness they have coming down that hill with us. And of course, to see the crowd cheering and really enjoying the sport too. But yeah, I'm 13 years I've been skating now.
Now, even to be here in St. Lucia, because of course, as you mentioned, our geography, you know, we're very mountainous and we have some hilly roads. How is it taking part in the race? Because that track that you guys did, when I heard that, I'm like, this is insanity. But that must have been really cool for you guys.
Oh, absolutely. It was fantastic. That kind of grade of hill, the road was good, lots of corners, turns, and it was really good. One of the better hills I've skated.
And how about you, JM?
You know, we hunt hills all around the world, and to find hidden gems like this, we'll look on Google, on the internet, and see them, but it doesn't compare to seeing it live and direct. It's like lava coming down, and it makes you feel good when you get to conquer that.
Now, I know something very special as well happened too, because I know with the prize money, you guys did something really special to help the movement down here. So tell us about that.
We did. We decided amongst ourselves that we wanted to pretty much leave the money behind so that the scene can grow down here. Maybe we could get a skate park built for all the kids to have somewhere safe to practice riding on transitions and learning how to skate with people such as the young guys here that raced with us. And, you know, next time that we come back, we might have some real good guys up on the hill.
Good stuff. Well, you know what, St. Lucia, I think this is an amazing experience and you're witnessing history. And so, of course, here we have our local skateboarders coming together with skateboarders from out of St. Lucia. So this is an amazing movement and it's going to grow. So remember these faces. Remember you saw it here first right here on your Leader DBS on This Morning. So skateboarding rocks. You need to get into it and we'll see how our movement grows. So we'll see you guys.
We love you, St. Lucia.
Yeah.
Hey St. Lucia, thank you for joining us. You are going to enjoy this shoot. Of course, we're here with a familiar face, I should say. So this is Pet, and so you know we're going to be cooking some good stuff here. Pet, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm pretty good.
Yes, and well, you know what? It's Christmas time, so we're doing our Christmas cooking season with the fantastic, the amazing. Just her hands are well blessed. So we're here with Pet, and today we're going to be talking about how to make sorrel. So you know, there's just certain items or certain dishes or drinks that you think of at Christmas time. Sorrel is traditionally one of those. So Pet, just tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, well, sorrel is, as you said earlier, a traditional drink at Christmas. It's like no sorrel, no Christmas here in St. Lucia. So how we make sorrel, we have the traditional, the local one that we know. But lately we've had this, I think it's a new kind of sorrel, a hybrid or something. It's darker. So when I make sorrel, I use cinnamon, I use cloves, I use ginger, and the sorrel flour, because the sorrel is actually a flour. What I do, I soak them. Fortunately now we can actually buy them already off the seeds, with the seeds off, because the seeds they actually carry some small prickly things that stick in your hand. So that's off now, so we could actually go out and buy them already. So we just wash them, wash the flowers. And for me, what I do, I soak them over a period of 2 to 3 days in just tap water at room temperature. After 2 or 3 days of soaking, like we call it, we soak it, I just strain and sweeten and refrigerate. So it gives you a nice, refreshing drink. That is our traditional sorrel drink. Some people, for an instant, thing, we boil it or we just steep it in hot water. But what I find is when it's done this way, it does not have that tangy, the nice little tangy flavor that comes with our local sorrel.
When you leave it to soak.
Yes, when you heat it up, anytime you add heat, it kind of takes away that little tangy flavor. But if you do it at room temperature for a period of 2 or 3 days, it actually has that nice little soury flavor added to it.
You know what, Pat, I want to pick your brain a little bit because I know once you've reached this final point with making your sorrel, so you've either soaked or if you're in a rush, you boil and, you do all that good stuff, you sweeten, you have it. Some people like to have it ferment for that extra kick. So just tell us about, how to properly have your sorrel ferment.
Well, you have a few choices. You can use rice, or you could do yeast. You can do bread. Because anything that contains the yeast or any kind of starch would automatically, when it blends with the sugar, it will automatically it will begin to ferment and it will begin to create a little alcohol in there. For those of us who like the alcohol, this is it for us.
All right, now personally for me, certain camera people today on the shoot might just like the sorrel fermented, but you never know. But for me too, the first time I was younger, I was never used to having sorrel fermented. So my dad or my grandmother would always make it and it would be regular. And one time my grandfather loves to put everything to ferment and I went to drink it and I had the shock of my life because as soon as I saw it, I was like, what's this, So that was my first introduction to it. So ever since then, I don't like anything that's fermented because I guess because I didn't know, so I was expecting my regular sorrel, so it just wasn't pleasant. But, now we know how to ferment it, and that's the reason, because I always wondered why would people, have their drinks ferment or their sorrel specifically.
Yeah, but fermentation actually creates alcohol. So some people like the little spike, some people like mucho alcohol, some like a little bit. But the level of alcohol that it creates would depend on the person, because you can actually stop the fermentation process at any point.
All right, St. Lucia, and you know what? The only thing I'm going to add to that is rule number 1, which Pet shared to me, but I witnessed for myself. If you're putting your sorrel to ferment, make sure you check it. Do not set it and forget it, because you'll come back to a rude awakening. It will explode. Yes. That again happened to my grandfather. So that was a Christmas story we had on him.
So what you do late, anytime you have liquids, particularly fermenting, especially in plastic bottle, or any bottle at all, you need to check up on it every day, because you most likely have to release the gases, because it does create a gas. And if you do not check it out, it will explode.
You have that rude awakening.
Yes, you will.
All right, so St. Lucia, so this is one of the installments here with Cooking for Christmas, and we're here with Pet, of course. So this is how you make a local traditional sorrel. And again, Pet, if people want to reach you to have you cater, because of course she's a fantastic caterer, how do they get you?
You could get in touch with me on 712-2981, or I'm on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Yes, and if all else fails, you know how to get me. I will get her for you, okay? So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy your sorrel over this season. Pets, thanks so much again for helping us with that. We'll see you. Hey everybody, thank you so much. So this brings us to the end of our show today. I hope that you thoroughly enjoyed it, and of course that we're bringing your Christmas spirit up just a couple more levels, not even one more. I hope we jump like at least 1 or 2. Now if you're like me, listen, we gotta get a move on, because this is my wake-up call as well. 5 days till Christmas. I still have not put my Christmas tree up yet. All right, I've been getting pressure from friends, from family, especially my granny. Mom, Linda, good morning to you. I know that you're ready to just whack me outside the head, but that tree is gonna come up soon. So anybody who's last minute like me, let's not wait too late. Let's get set and get ready for Christmas. And of course, make sure you join us right here tomorrow, because we're going to have even more exciting content and of course help you feel the Christmas spirit even more. So St. Lucia, go out and have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow.